dusk begins to fall on the desert hills of Arizona as we welcome you to race number 3 of Season 5 in the NNSCRA Pizza Hut X Series. Getting ready to continue on our race weekend from the Arizona Speedway, still here in the hot, arid, humid desert heat of the Arizona climate, as last week we were here in this state at Phoenix International Raceway, the newly reconfigured Phoenix, where we saw N Guenther dominate that race en route to his first career win in only his second start here in the Pizza Hut X Series. Front row comprised of a couple of drivers who also had good runs at Phoenix. Ryan George managed to finish in the top 5, 5th place last week at Phoenix, jumped himself from 37th to 22nd in points. He starts on the pole position. Alongside of him, rookie Rob Evans finished just outside the top 10 last week at Phoenix in 12th place. That allowed him to also jump up in the point standings. He comes into this race 7th in the points. He is the 3rd highest rookie in the standings, and right now comes into this race as your current rookie points leader as well. So interesting front row. Both these drivers looking for their first win of their Pizza Hut X Series career as well. Ryan George has been in the Pizza Hut X Series. This will be his 3rd full-time season with in this series, and 2nd full-time season with Kev Shear Racing Tech. We've seen last year where he was the lone man out with his teammates Scott Roush and Jordan Lopez going to victory lane, and this season already one of his teammates in N Guenther going to victory lane last week. So you can bet Ryan George wants to find victory lane. This is a track where track position can be a factor, and also that number 1 pit stall could be very important if we get green flag pit stops. So we'll see if Ryan George can close the deal and finally get his first career win, as let's go down trackside and get that command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command is given. Let's give you your top 10 in the point standings coming into tonight's race, presented to you by Blame Shelly Insurance. Austin LaPlante, after his runner-up finish at Daytona, had a solid outing as well last week at Phoenix. He comes in the points leader 5 points in hand over Daniel Olson. Alexander Rowe 3rd in the point, 6 points out, and then 10 points out. It's a tie for 4th between rookies Andrew Davis and last week's winner N Guenther. 6th in points, Z Flickinger. Rob Evans, we mentioned 7th in the standings. Charles Jackson currently in 8th. 9th place is Jake Rogers, and completing the top 10 is Phil Parker. We saw Elijah Gilbert have a struggling finish last week at Phoenix. He dropped from the points lead down to 15th in the standings coming into this race. But at this point, 2 drivers that have locked themselves into the playoffs via wins would be Gilbert and Guenther, who will join them here tonight. Could be somebody at the front, could be someone at the middle, could be someone at the very rear of the field. No idea. We're going to have to find out at the end of 41 laps. Chevy Camaro front row, Chevy Camaro second row, and then you've got the first Ford. And Alexander Rowe there, rolling off from the 5th position. Chevy Corvette pace car will make the hard left-hand turn down to pit road, and we're ready to go racing here at Arizona. Be prepared for a late green flag here. And there it is, green flags in the air. We're underway here at Arizona. Let's roll. Boy, Ryan George was ready for the green flag, wasn't he? Immediately moves up in front of Rob Evans and goes to the top position. Teammate Angel Navarro going to follow him there in 2nd place. And now Navarro wants to take the top position. He's got some drafting help down low from Alexander Rowe, who's going to lead the first lap. Will it be Navarro? Will it be George? Or will it be Rowe as he looks to the inside 3 wide? Drag race to the line. Rowe's going to get it barely on that inside line. Man, what if that had been the finish? Oh, wait, that was completion of lap 1. Never mind. Whoa, Rob Evans awfully squirrely there in the middle is now, wow, this is not looking good. Z Flickinger moves to the lead. Shelly now in a battle for 2nd. A Baranauskas also in that group along with Carter Friesen as they're trying to get by the 69. But look at them here coming off of turn 4. Now they're a little bit steadier than they were before. Juan Garcia up in this group now as well in the 95 after that great run he had at Daytona. And last week's winner, N Guenther's in the middle of the pack, center of a 3-wide battle. So Z Flickinger will charge to the front, and he's opened up about, roughly 5 car lengths back to A Baranauskas in 2nd. 3 wide for 3rd. That is Joshua Hyatt, Carter Friesen, Alexander Rowe. As the caution flag is out for the first time here tonight at Arizona. Probably the last thing that Z Flickinger wanted to see, but it's happened nonetheless, and it takes place on lap number 3, so a little bit earlier of a caution than we had in our Coors Light Truck Series race here last night. Looks like something out of turn 2, as Nathan Hudson's on pit road along with J Jefferson in the 05. Brooke Allen in the 3's got some roof damage. We might have had a car flipped over. And the points leader, Austin LaPlante, was also involved. That's 3 Michael Norman Motorsports cars, and we've got some more smoke again out of turn 2. I think somebody else might have just wrecked under pacing. Mason Wood's got a little bit of rear end damage. H Gallant. Oh, there's a lot of front end damage there on Sky Commons. I wonder if he got into the back of somebody. Cole Deaver's back here. Is there damage on the left rear of N Guenther? Looks like there's some front end damage on his car as well as left side damage. Oh yeah, you could definitely see visible damage on the front of his Penn State Chevy Camaro. He's coming to pit road, last week's winner. Chloe Ericsson's coming to pit road. Charles Jackson with a lot of left side damage. And there was another car that was just ahead of them. Oh, that's Ryan George in the 4. Now, why is he coming to pit road? He's giving up, what, the second position to come to pit lane? Unless he was involved in the wreck, actually. He might have been involved in the wreck. Remember, he got kicked up to the high side and was starting to fade back. So he might have actually been the one that triggered the wreck to bring out this caution. Garrett Sydnor and Mason Wood also on pit road. As Flickinger leads us under caution, let's take a look and see what happened out of turn 2. All right, we're following the 3 of Brooke Allen, but we want to watch the battle up ahead of her. You see them 3 wide there. That's Phil Parker on the bottom, N Guenther in the middle, and M McIntire on the top side. And that's where the incident's going to start, I think. Watch up on the top of your screen. Contact there between Parker and Guenther. Guenther gets up into M McIntire. There you see Mason Wood with contact up into the wall. Guenther hung on to it for the moment. But then coming here out of turn number 2, I think is when something's going to happen. There might be contact down there between J Jefferson and Nathan Hudson actually on the bottom. That's exactly what happens. They get up into Brooke Allen. And Guenther didn't get involved in this wreck. I guess it was later on. Oh my goodness, that's a violent hit for all 3 cars. Jefferson's car immediately up and over. Brooke Allen's car goes up on her roof. There's where Chloe Ericsson got involved. Garrett Sydnor and Austin LaPlante together, and LaPlante's going to get the 0-5. Look at Cole Deaver. Oh, I think he sneaks through. He got a little contact there with Garrett Sydnor, but nice job of sneaking through that wreck by the 15, and H Gallant also did get a piece of that as well in the 81. Brooke Allen's car going to begin the barrel rolls here as Sydnor goes for a slide, and wild ride there for Brooke Allen in the 3. Not what she was looking for, obviously. The defending Hershey's Cup Series champion did not have a good run at Phoenix, dropped from 8th to 18th in points, and after this wild barrel roll is also going to take a barrel roll in the standings as well. This will probably drop her outside of the top 20. J Jefferson, who's had a rather struggling start to the year, came into this race 39th in points. This is not going to help him, save for Nathan Hudson, who was 37th in points. Both of those drivers really going to find themselves in the cellar of the point standings after this race. I don't know if, did Hudson drive away from the wreck? I don't think so. There is LaPlante. Kind of got pinned down there by Garrett Sydnor and then got into J Jefferson. He's got a lot of damage. Don't know if they're going to get him back out there or not. And there is Garrett Sydnor. Now let's see what happened the following lap out of turn 2, because apparently that's what involved last week's winner, N Guenther. Well, as they were all slowing down for pacing, there was a bit of a 3-wide situation. This will also show why the pole sitter Ryan George had to come to pit road. There you see it. That is Daniel Olson, or I'm sorry, not Daniel Olson, Kyle Langeland, the 30, getting up into Jessica Miles. Puts Ryan George in the wall. Quentin Moore's going to hook Charles Jackson around. Jackson's going to get a hit there from Ryan George. That's right in front of Ying Canario. He's going to avoid, but Sky Commons is not. Neither is N Guenther, as the 78 just kind of spun around, and then Chloe Ericsson runs into the back of M McIntire. That's where she got her damage. Good avoidance there by Patrick Curtis, Gene Sanford, and Cole Deaver misses yet another wreck. So a nice job by the 15. Mason Wood also avoids this, but he had damage from the earlier incident the lap before in turn 2 after getting forced up into the wall. But that's what happened, a bit of a problem under pacing. And that caused even more cars with more damage, including former winner from this season, last week's winner, N Guenther. So let's go back now and get ready for the restart here at Arizona. And out of the race are going to be 4 drivers. N Guenther, last week's winner, is out. Austin LaPlante, who came in the points leader, he won't be the points leader leaving here. He's out in 40th. B Allan, after that barrel roll, 41st. And N Hudson, 42nd. That is 3 of the 5 Michael Norman Motorsports cars out of the race already. And we haven't even completed the 10th lap of this event. J Jefferson lines up on the inside line 1 lap down, as the race leader will be Z Flickinger, followed by A Baranauskas, Joshua Hyatt, Wyatt Quail. So you've got 3 teammates, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th there. Jake Rogers right now 5th, then it's Carter Friesen, Carson Gum, Alexander Rowe, Andrew Davis, and J Shelly, the top 10, as the green flag is back out here at Arizona. And a number of drivers that were involved in the wrecks and out of the race that are going to take big hits in the points standings. Obviously, Austin LaPlante, the points leader, as we got a battle for the lead, and it's very quickly over. Baranauskas will go to the top position. But also N Guenther was 5th in points, and he's out of this race. And we also saw Charles Jackson had damage. He's continued on, but he'll probably not be up to speed. And he was 8th in the standings coming to this race. So a couple of drivers really going to take some hits in the point standings after poor performances here tonight at Arizona, as Joshua Hyatt moves to 2nd. You see up here the 292.62. Remember that to start off this weekend, it was a battle between Nathan Stapleton and Henry Williams, as well as TJ Hanley, but a couple of drivers out of Full Frontal Motorsports, and Henry Williams took the win. Well, we've got Full Frontal Motorsports entries up here, currently in 1st, 2nd, and 5th last time by. Cautions out again, though, for the 2nd time here tonight. And this, so far this weekend, breaks the record for most cautions in a race. We only had 1 in our Truck Series event, and let's see where this one happened. Was it again out of turn 2? Yeah, it looked like it was actually in the middle of turn 1. Charles Jackson back on pit road, and it may have actually been caused by the slower lap machine of J Jefferson, John Daniel Olson's machine now. Something tells me it could very well have been either something that was caused by J Jefferson or maybe by Charles Jackson. And now we've got pit stops. And this, I think, puts them in their fuel window as well. So I think this is the pit stop now, with this little bit later of a caution, that these drivers now will be good to go the rest of this race on fuel. So let's actually follow this pit stop, because this could be the pit stop that decides our race winner. It was a green flag pit stop in last night's Truck Series race that determined the eventual winner, Henry Williams. Let's see what they're going to go with here. It was a 2-tire stop, if I remember, for most of the leaders in the Truck Series race. Let's see if it's a 2-tire stop for these drivers, or are they going to go with the full-fledged 4-tire stop? And they will go around to the left side on the 2-car Baranauskas. So yes, everyone's going with the 4-tire stop here. Oh, Wyatt Quail coming off pit road quickly. I thought he might be able to challenge Baranauskas for the race lead. Not going to be the case. It'll be Baranauskas, Quail, and then it looked like it was Jake Rogers and Carson Gum, followed by Z Flickinger. That'll be our top 5 when we go back green. And yeah, everybody came to pit road. Nobody stayed out, so Baranauskas will be the leader when we go back green flag racing. Let's see what happened to Charles Jackson up in turn 1. And as I suspected, it was the 05 of J Jefferson, damaged off the pace and quite obviously in the way. Contact here between A Navarro and Daniel Olson. It's going to send Olson, make that Navarro actually up into J Jefferson. And then as Jefferson's car begins to swing around, here comes the damaged machine of Charles Jackson, and he's going to get even more damaged. Oh no, he didn't get involved in that. So what happened to the 78? 78 came to pit road and I believe retired out of the race. Did we have another wreck? Oh, yes, we did up there. Daniel Olson and D Yepez getting together. Eli Bright got a piece of that. So we had an incident on the back straightaway that I didn't know about, and they're all coming flying in. K Batson trying to slow down. Oh, Charles Jackson never stopped. There's a hard hit for him, and that actually shot the 32 of Olson down into K Batson, giving the 22 damage. Up to that point, I think Batson had it under control and was going to avoid. And then all of a sudden, just like that, after Jackson hit Olson, it just swung Olson's car down into the hood of K Batson's 22. So Yepez, Olson, Batson, Jackson all get involved in an incident after the initial caution came out, down in the middle of the back straightaway. So 2 incidents on the same lap, and we're under our second caution of the evening here at Arizona. 1 to go signal has been given as the pace car's lights have gone out. Let's take a look and see who's out of the race now after the incidents we just saw. And they include Charles Jackson, and that's the only car that's out of the race. So he joins N Guenther, Austin LaPlante, B Allan, and Nathan Hudson in the garage area. 37 cars still running, 36 on the lead lap. And that 05 of J Jefferson will be coming back up here at the front of the field. And so we're going to have another rather congested restart, I would assume. A Baranauskas leads the way. Second place is Wyatt Quail. Jake Rogers third. Carson Gum fourth. Z Flickinger fifth. That's the way they came off pit road. Rest of the top 10, Alexander Rowe, Phil Parker, James Shelly, Joshua Hyatt lost a couple of spots on pit lane. He restarts 9th, and Canario will restart in the 10th position. As I'm looking right now, we had the points leader LaPlante involved in the first wreck of the day, and he's out of the race. And second in the points, Daniel Olson just got caught up in a most recent wreck. With Alexander Rowe running in 6th, I think right now he would be the driver that would take over the points lead heading into our next race. Second restart of the evening is now green as lap 13 is complete. Lap 14 goes on the board. We still have a long ways to go in this one, 28 laps in total. Top 4, look like maybe top 5, we're going to be able to get clear of the slower lap machine of J Jefferson. As Baranauskas with a rear deck lid full of teammate Wyatt Quail, Jake Rogers right there in 3rd, and then another Ford and Alexander Rowe currently 4th, Carson Gum there in 5th now. Battle up front will be for 2nd, Rogers to the inside of Quail. Rogers, former winner in the Pizza X Series last year at M Super Speedway when he drove for Roush Fenway Racing in the 16. Wyatt Quail drifting back quickly, loses 3rd, 4th, now 5th to Phil Parker. Parker, of course, almost won the Daytona race to start off the season, but got caught up by slower traffic. 10th in the points coming into this race, though, and a good run right now as he is still seeking his first career win in the Pizza X Series. Alexander Rowe going to move to 2nd, bypassing fellow Ford Mustang Jake Rogers. Now sets his sights on Baranauskas. Not so fast. Carson Gum now has something to say about 2nd place. Contact back there as they were 3 wide. They're still 3 wide with Rogers, Hyatt, and Flickinger. Nice save on the part of the 92 and the 96. That was nearly bad off of the 2nd corner. Flickinger going to gain the most out of that as not only he passes Joshua Hyatt for 6th, he's now trying to take 5th from Carson Gum. Gets the spot. Actually, that was 4th from Carson Gum. Now he moves to 3rd past Phil Parker. At 96 is flying. And I'll tell you who else is flying, and that's A Baranauskas. She's gapped herself from this battle for 2nd. Alexander Rowe now under fire from Z Flickinger. Flickinger to the inside. They'll carry this battle to the start-finish line. Which line prevails? Outside, inside? It'll be inside. His 2nd place at the line will be Flickinger in the 96. Now 3 of the 5 Michael Norman Motorsports cars we mentioned out of the race. LaPlante, Allen, and Hudson. One of their cars doing well, though. Andrew Davis currently up, scored at this point in time, I believe in the 7th position. Nice run for him after he had a solid outing last week at Phoenix as well. Jumped up to 4th in the point standings. Got his first career top 10 last week at Phoenix and running currently in the top 10 here today at Arizona. Saw Patrick Curtis with a nice avoidance of the first caution. He's now up here in the top 10 now, just behind rookie Wyatt Quail. Kyle Langeland in the 30 right behind him. That, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Enos? Chevrolet out of Gardner, or out of Fitzwater Australia Racing rather, and close quarter racing there as he was close to the left rear quarter panel of Curtis. Keep it together at least for the moment. That's the battle for 10th place right now between the 48 and the 30. Just behind them, you've got Angel Navarro. Good run for him. That 07. He's currently scored in 12th. 13th, M McIntire. 14th is Alex Gray. And Cole Deaver, who had that nice avoidance on those 2 wrecks on the first caution, over out of turn 2. He's now up in the 15th position for the 15. Move up to the front, see if anything's developing there. Yes, it has, as we had a lead change apparently and missed it. Zach Flickinger got around onto Baranauskas, and now Baranauskas under fire for second from the 99 of Carson Gum, who had a career year last year, 2 trips to victory lane, and also made it into the playoffs. So Zach Flickinger to the top position, and I'm trying to remember if Flickinger has a Pizza Hut X Series win. I think he's a former winner in the Hershey's Cup Series at one point, but I don't, off the top of my head, remember if he has a win in Pizza Hut X Series. I'll look back and see if I can find out the answer to that. Right now, he's actually increasing his gap between him and second place as that battle continues. It's actually now a 4-car fight for second. Baranauskas and Gum now joined by Davis, Parker, and now they're going to have Joshua Hyatt in this mix. And that is allowing, as they continue to battle each other, allowing Zach Flickinger to just lay down qualifying lap times and pull away from the rest of the field. Last time by was 1.1 seconds. Let's see what it is this time. Back to Baranauskas. Now he only gained about a tenth, as now it's a battle on for second. Andrew Davis steps out of line, and he'll take the position from the 2. Here comes Phil Parker now in the 31 for the 3rd position. Now remember, these drivers all pitted back on lap 10, so they are good to go on fuel. See, Flickinger made his rookie debut back in Season 3, 2 seasons ago. 3 top 5s and 6 top 10s, and I don't remember him going to victory lane last year. No, he did not. He had 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s last year, finished 36th in the points. So yeah, Zach Flickinger has never won in the Pizza Hut X Series, and he's trying to get his first career win here tonight at Arizona. When he hits the line, there will be 15 laps to go. No, I'm sorry, 16 laps to go. So there's still a long ways in this one. Anything can still happen. Davis trying his best to run down the 96. Phil Parker right behind him. Chevy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now. As a matter of fact, they have swept the top 6. Carson Gum. Alexander Rowe currently in the 7th position. Angel Navarro now fights his way up to 8th. Jake Rogers fades back into 9th. And 10th place right now is Kyle Langeland. And then there's a big gap from 10th back to 11th. So I don't know if Patrick Curtis is going to be able to get up there and sneak away a top 10 finish or not. He's in 11th place with Wyatt Quayle now back in 12th. Juan Garcia right now in 13th. 14th is Patrick Kurt, or make the Alex Gray rather. 15th is Cole Deaver. Quentin Morris 16th. Heather Gallant 17th. 18th Matt McIntire. 19th is Gene Sanford. And right now, completing your top 20. We got a battle actually for that spot between Andrew Gonzalez and Mark Davidson. James Shelly was up near the front early on, and he's faded back now to the 23rd position. Rob Evans started outside of the front row, and he's all the way back here in 25th. We're seeing some drivers kind of fade here. Boy, this is a really close battle. This is around the 13th position. Alex Gray, Cole Deaver, Wyatt Quayle, Heather Gallant, and Quentin Moore. The 62 is going the wrong way. I believe he restarted in the 2nd position. Now he's outside, I believe, the top 15 now. Heather Gallant, 3 birds with 1 stone, just moved from 16th up to, I think that was 13th place. Alexander Rose in 10th. And slowly but surely, Patrick Curtis and Juan Garcia are working together to run him down. So he may not hold on to 10th place for very long. Had a change for 2nd. Phil Parker getting around Andrew Davis, but that's still a little less than 2 seconds behind the current race leader, Zach Flickinger. Flickinger leaving turn 4, and now Phil Parker and Andrew Davis doing the same. The only chance I can really see for Parker to get up there and challenge for this win would be if he has a little bit of drafting help from the 5, and they would have to stay single file. They would not be able to battle each other for that position. They'd have to stay lined up. Even if they did that, though, I'm not sure how much they could gain 2 cars against 1 with the fact that there's going to be 10 laps to go, and Flickinger has opened almost a 2-second lead between himself and second place. And with 10 to go in 2 seconds, they would have to cut down about 2/10 each lap, even to get to the back bumper of the 96. It's about 2 seconds flat separation between Flickinger and Parker. Both drivers have run in this series. I believe Parker was a rookie last year, so this is his second full-time season. Flickinger, this is his third full-time season, and both are looking for their first career victories. No, I apologize. Parker actually was not a rookie last year. Parker, I guess, made his rookie debut as well the same season, back in season 3. Yes, he did. Yeah, so Flickinger and Parker have actually both been in the Pizza X series for the same amount of time. And they were really close in their rookie season in the point days, too. Flickinger was 29th and Parker was 30th. Got traffic up ahead to deal with. That's the slower car of J Jefferson. Now, I don't know how much of a factor he's going to be in this, but it's the first time this weekend that slow traffic has had, in any way, hindered the race leaders. And Flickinger, boy, he's getting pinched down there. I don't know what Jefferson's doing. Now, Jefferson's got no alliance with the 96 out of Gardner Racing and no alliance with the 31 out of Fitzwater Australia Racing. So I'm not exactly sure why he pinched the race leader. He's already off the lead lap. He's probably going to finish the race in the 37th position anyway, so I'm kind of interested in why he was so defensive there. Nonetheless, it doesn't really look like there was much gained by Parker and Davis, so this may be the battle to the end for second between these two drivers. So I think that Flickinger could very well be in firm control of this race lead and this race win. Let's drop back here as we got a brewing battle for 4th place. Baranauskas, Joshua Hyatt, and Carson Gum. Throw a blanket over those 3 as they are 4th, 5th, and 6th. And maybe, just maybe, Angel Navarro and K Langeland can get up into this battle as they run in 7th and 8th. Parker and Davis got around Jefferson. So now the top 3 have cleared the traffic. Next car that Flickinger will have to deal with is the 09 of Sky Commons, badly damaged, heading into 3, and Flickinger's heading into 3 now. So yeah, I think he will catch the 09 before the completion of this race, as it will be 4 laps to go for Zach Flickinger. So far this weekend, it's been a driver getting their first career win, it seems, for the trend. Henry Williams, in his second full-time season, the Coors Light Truck Series, took the checkered flag here last night. And right now, Zach Flickinger, in his third full-time season in the Pizza X Series, looks like he will be going to victory lane for the first time in his career. About maybe 7-8 car lengths before Flickinger catches Sky Commons. And he's got 3 more laps to go. Gonna try and make the pass down here into turn 1. Whoa! There might have been some contact actually right there between himself and the 09. I think Flickinger thought probably Commons would put the same move on him that Jefferson did. And Flickinger says, nope, you're gonna put the block on me, I'm gonna turn you. He still has 2.8 second gap between himself and the current second place car, which now is Andrew Davis. So he doesn't have a lot to worry about, but he just wants to make sure that he is going to win this race and that there's going to be no doubts about it. 1.5 laps remaining as he hits the back straightaway. Battle still continues to rage for second. Parker now passes Davis. Baranauskas in 4th, Hyatt 5th. Carson Gum faded back, lost a couple spots to Navarro and Langeland. as taking the white flag is going to be Z Flickinger one more time around Arizona Speedway. Z Flickinger comes into this race 6th in the point stands, undoubtedly the best start to the season in his Pizza X Series career, and now looks to put a 1 in the win column. And I don't know, right now, if he gets this win, he could very well not only take the win, but also take the points lead. He will take the win for sure, as out of turn 4, first career win for Z Flickinger will take place here at Arizona Speedway. I believe, have to look for certain, yeah, we ran 27 races in Season 3, 27 races in Season 4. That's a total of 54 races, include this race. He just snapped a 57-race winless streak, did Z Flickinger, with his first career win in the Pizza Hut X Series. And in dominating fashion, too, there during that last green flag run. So far this year, it has been Chevrolet who has dominated going to victory lane, with Gilbert at Daytona, Guenther last week at Phoenix, and Flickinger here tonight at Arizona. Standings should be official, and indeed they are. Flickinger with his first career win in his 57th start. Phil Parker will have to settle for second, but boy, he's been really good start of the season as well. This will keep him in the top 10. Andrew Davis will also stay in the top 10 as he finishes in the 3rd position. And boy, it's going to be close, I think, between Davis and Flickinger as to who's going to be the points leader heading to our next race. A Baranauskas, great run for her tonight as she's going to finish in 4th. Continues to climb her way up towards the top of the point standings. Gained 15 spots last week from 40th to 25th. Will definitely gain more spots this week. Joshua Hyatt brings it home with a solid outing of 5th. This will move him into the top 10 in points. He came into this race 14th in the standings. The rest of the top 10 were A Navarro, Carson Gum, K Langeland. How about H Gallant there in the closing stages, cracking the top 10 in 9th? And Patrick Curtis will complete the top 10 in the 10th position. Teammates J Garcia, Jake Rogers, 11th and 12th. Alexander Rowe will finish in 13th. Quentin Moore was 14th. Cole Deaver gets 15th. And the rest of your top 20 were Mark Davidson, Gene Sanford, M McIntire, Canario, and Alex Gray. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. Our 2 previous winners, Elijah Gilbert, our winner at Daytona, 25th. So not the run he was looking for. We saw Wyatt Quail up near the front before that green flag run began. He finished 26th, so he really faded back. And then our other former winner last week, N Guenther, out of the race in 39th. As we had 35 cars finish on the lead lap, Ryan George, the pole sitter, the last of those, so not a good run for him. Lap down with the cars of Sky Commons, Jay Jefferson. They were actually both 2 laps down. And then out of the race were the cars of Charles Jackson, N Guenther, Austin LaPlante, Brooke Allen, and Nathan Hudson after 2 cautions here this evening. But the end result is Z Flickinger with his first career win and first win of the season. Does he join Elijah Gilbert and N Guenther as potential drivers that will battle this season in the Pizza X Series playoffs? Could very well be the case. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's race. Enjoy it. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become a part of the crew. Today we have shown you your full finishing results. These are your rookie point stands and your overall point stands heading into next week's race. Now, next week is a little bit of a question mark, as I know that it will be just the Pizza X Series and Hershey's Cup Series, the Truck Series taking an off week. We also have the second race of the season for the Last of Us Light Series, but we don't know what the venue is for Hershey's and Pizza Hut X next week, so I cannot give you that information just yet. But we also have to cap off this race weekend from Arizona with the Hershey's Cup Series running here tomorrow night. Should be a wild one, and this race and last night's truck race running indication will indeed be a fuel strategy event. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see you guys next week as you've been watching Protect the NSCRA. All playing racing at its best. Career win #1 in the Pizza X Series for Z Flickinger here at Arizona Speedway.